Good morning, citizens. Your overnight account balances have been updated. Time to start a productive day. Final notice, your account balance is below 500. You need 50 credits by the end of the day to avoid automatic eviction. If you have missed work due to illness, you must provide a doctor's note to reclaim your credits.
Any extra credits? Please.
Tensions are high today, with more people planning to join the Citizens Against Digital Control protest. Remember, the government knows who you are at all times. Resisting is not worth the consequences. All of their newest social credit systems are designed to keep you and your families safe and efficient.
Authorities seized a record balance of an individual's credits, citing excessive hoarding.
Traffic violation detected. 7 miles per hour over the limit. 75 credits have been automatically deducted.
You have to be fucking kidding me.
Yep, you got the flu. Your blood work shows a significant iron deficiency. I recommend incorporating more red meat into your diet.
Dr. Jones, your taxes were not filed and have been automatically deducted with late fees. Your medical license has been revoked.
Oh, hell nah, I filed an extension.
Purchase denied. Monthly red meat allowance exceeded. Try mealworms instead. Attention. Unauthorized political gathering detected. Participants' access to financial services has been suspended. Due to the speeding infraction, your car will be immobilized for 3 days.
Fuck you! Take your surveillance policies and rot in hell!
You've earned 50 bonus credits for reporting your neighbor's hateful misconduct. This content exceeds your current social credit tier. May we suggest citizen responsibility? Sarah, open the door. You have been identified by the authorities. Don't resist. Don't resist. Don't resist.
All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there unto the foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. As you can clearly see, this is a dystopia video, a video where the near future, which is not far-fetched, of what they're showing is upon the world. And this is how they want things to be done. You know, when you see these little skits and here and there, don't think it's too far-fetched. We just had the incidents in the UK when they make it mandatory for people to have a work permit in order, you know, a digital work permit or digital ID, in order for them to work. So this thing right here is not far-fetched. This is exactly what the scriptures has been talking about. Everything that we've been talking about is coming to fruition, proving that the Bible, once again, hands down, is the greatest book of all times. All right. This is this book depicted the future before certain things was detected. This book stands the test of time because these are the prophecies that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua was proclaiming. This is what Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, wanted to achieve, and he's not going to achieve to the extent of how it is now, so that the worms, how he think it is, because this is part of what's the word I'm looking for? The scripture says is in his sufficiency. When he think he's about to chip everybody, and this is how he's going to control the majority of people. Somebody might look at this, if this okay, all the futuristic movies that we saw back then in the 90s and early 2000s, because the whatchamacallit was, the graphics was tight, and you would look at it as a viewer and say to yourself, how did this let this thing happen? How can it? I will never let this happen. Right? That's everybody's natural response. But in order for them to let it happen, they have to create a a system. All right. They have to create a system within the system that they already have created. Like the brother was talking about it yesterday at camp, and I was, when I heard it. So you know how it is. Sometimes you things the spirit comes to your mind and you on it, and sometimes when somebody else says something, and the spirit just hits like think about it. So when you think about it, them the $37 trillion that they're gonna put into crypto, the stable coin and everything, like to crash everything, to reset everything, is an open failure. Sorry, is an open admission to failure by the financial system. I'm gonna say that again. This is an open failure of the financial system, basic saying that their system never worked. Obviously, it would never had hold weight because it wasn't built to work. That's the other factor. This thing that's is about to take place is something that wasn't designed to last forever. The ultimate end goal is to get everybody in this dystopia future where they could fully control everyone and everything that you do. All right, this is the near future. When I mean near future, within months. All right, this is the near future. This is what they've been working hard for. This is why the pyramid on the dollar bill. The top of the pyramid is the all-seeing eye, but the capstone is not on top of the pyramid. This is them putting this together to take everybody's rights and to control everybody's motions and everything. Okay, and this part right here is just to show you the introduction, but there's more to it because they're gonna fully control the minds of the people. All right, this is hell, but it's all because of a system that they are creating right now. That within this system, this is the only way they can control you. This is why they took away everybody's God-given rights. Your God-given right, matter of fact, I don't want to make this long, but spurs on me. So everybody's God-given right. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 33, I believe it's 33. No, it's at 30. It's 39, right? 39. Seven. This is your God-given right. I'm gonna repeat it again. This is your God-given right. Sirach 35, 39, and 25. For good are good things created from the beginning. So evil things for sinners. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly. Why? Because this is your God-given rights. This is the fundamental of a man's life, fundamental of a man's a being. All right. Since we are here for a short season of our life, all we need is these things in order to keep us going to serve the Lord. But what's end up happening is gonna say it. And it says, so to the sinner, they are turned into evil. And why is it turned to evil? Because they couldn't make no profit off of it. Esau has made banking off of the miseries of people. All right. There's a if there was a currency on making people's lives miserable, this man is filthy rich in that. And that's what he has done. He's created a system, all right, to make everybody suffer, an insufferable system. Because in the biblical times, people had their own lands. They didn't have apartment buildings. All right. Yeah, you could. Everybody can say, well, you had to go to the well and so forth. That's why they had aqueducts. Water could go through back and forth. Electricity. Electricity is supposed to be for free. That's fire. That's a form of fire. All right. That's natural. He made a profit off of everything. That's and that's what got everybody. So then when they give you these little privileges to just get by thinking that you better than somebody, what end up happening? People are taken out of their place. All right. Now you got too much for your own good. And we live in a society where it's all about an abundance mentality. It's not about your daily bread, it's about abundance. So this is right up the alley of Esau. Real quick, Matthews 4, as I'm talking, things are coming. I'm saying that because I didn't have nothing. I only had like 2 scriptures. All right. It says Matthews 4 and 8. It says, and again the devil took him up into a exceeding high mountain, and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and glory of them, and saith unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. So Satan went went towards the Lord to tempt him. This is the daily temptation that every man, woman, and child on earth have to deal with. This is why the scripture says, let me see if I can remember off top. You know what? I like is it either Corinthians? Let me just 2 man, if it pops up. First Corinthians 10 and 13. There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. So yeah, Satan himself had to go to the Lord, but this was notable it was written for our learning, to let us know this is what you have to, in order to indulge in this world, the things you want more than is given. This is what you have to deal with. All right. This is what you're going to have to deal with. So this is common. Every man, woman, and child deals with some sort of form of temptation. Is it on the level as the Lord? No, because that was the Lord. The Lord Satan himself had to come to the Lord and do his thing. But for everybody else, it's the same common thing. It's a common trend. All right. And it says, but the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it. So whatever we go through, there's an escape route. There's the thing that's presented to us, and there's a way to get, if it's no good for us, to escape it. In this society, we're bombarded with things that you have to have when you don't have to have. Oh, that was a spirit. Who put it up? It was I'm gonna go bar put the scripture for the day. I believe it's Matthew 6 and 25, I believe. Yep. And it says, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what you shall eat, or what you shall drink, nor yet for your body, what you shall put on. It is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment, meaning what? Clothing. Our life is worth more than the clothing that majority of us kill for, die for, certain things. Yes, absolutely. Things have been going a certain way where you could have materialistic things and abundance things. That's We lived in a world where a man could have more than what he desired, but it was a practice. This is why when you read further up, it tells you, give us this day our daily bread. It was a practice that was needed, especially in these days. In order to, once again, in order to power a system like this, people is going to have believe in something more that particular scripture is not satisfying for them. All right. um 1 Timothy 6:10, it says, matter of fact, I go up and it's 6, but godliness with contempt is great gain, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be therefore with content. Like, be satisfied, right? And might I add, America is not, we wasn't brought to America to be, or this, sorry, we wasn't brought to the Western world against our forefathers. They didn't come here against their will for us to live the American dream. We were brought here to be punished, all right? So in that punishment, yeah, sometimes, of course, you want to break. Of course, you want the best of the best and so forth. And sometimes it's not enough. It's a mindset, because the hour of temptation is coming where if you want to be part of society, you're going to have to do things in order to be part of society. All right. And the Lord was preparing us for this time. It says, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and the snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. All right. That's how you have a lot of people that sells out. You have a lot of people that amongst our people. All right. They'll sit there and tell you, oh, this doesn't exist, that doesn't exist. Why? Because they have necessary. Only a handful of them is in the position to have it. They play by the rules of the people that's on top, and they get certain perks from that. That's why Matthew used to say you can't worship the Lord and worship mammon, meaning money. You can't have both. All right. The Lord's going to provide regardless. And it says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. So it's not money, is the love of money, more than your heart could desire. So by building this system and the greed that was invoked in these individuals, this is how they're going to catch many. All right. It said, which while some covet after, they erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. That's why a lot of people, they conscious eat them. All right. Going to that film, what's that movie? Matrix. You had Cypher. And one was the main thing when he was snitching on Morpheus in the group. He said that he wanted to forget everything. That was his token. All right. Why? Because his conscience would eat him. His conscience would destroy him. Okay. This is the body. This is a battle for the soul, and the enemy desires your souls. So the whole time for us suffering and being in poverty, and yeah, it sucked. It's horrible. It's the worst feeling in the world. But the Lord is preparing us for that time where the enemy is going to have complete autonomy over everything that everybody does. Psalm 64. It's not a conspiracy no more. It's reality. 64. I start at 3. It says, matter of fact, 5. They encourage themselves. This is talking about the Illuminati. This is talking about the hidden ones. All right, the secret societies and so forth. They encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune, laying snares privately. They say, who shall see? Who shall see them? They search out iniquities. What is this iniquity? Iniquity is sin multiplied. All right. So they kept everybody desiring things more. Do you know how much money they make off the people that's in poverty alone? All right. They is astronomical. So everybody's out here fighting to get to the top. And then once you think you got there, once you think you got to the position, they keep pulling what's the word I'm looking for? Keep changing the goalposts. All right, they keep changing the goalposts. So all it does is put people in a trick bag. It says they diligently search both their inward thoughts of every one of them, and their heart is deep. And it says, what did I miss? Yeah. So, Slack, let me read that again. It's something I was thinking of, but it said they search out iniquities and they accomplish a diligent search, do their studies and so forth. This is why they advertise certain things. This is why they do things to get people, to catch you, to trap you. All right. How it is when you had the opportunity to have your own land, you rather live in a cave called apartments and pay the astronomical the astronomical number of that is absurd. But this is how they designed. Is all the system. This is how they created everything. It said they both the inward thoughts of every one of them, and their heart is deep, which goes into their heart is deep, right? Micah 2:1. It says, woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. What is iniquity? Iniquity, once again, is sin. It's the device they're planning. The planning of their sin. How they can put things in play. They had it on the UN meeting. All right. They as they had the UN, before they had the UN meeting, they told the president, no, the leader of the UK told everybody, look, you have to have a digital ID. This is something that's not overnight. This has been planned. This is all part of their planning. All right. It says why? Because it's in the power of the hand. They could have laws. They created a scenario like when Trump was going in. Prime example, Europe has been always open border. All those wars have been taking place in the Middle East for the past 2 decades and plus. Many of the people migrated to Europe. And that was all part of the plan of George Soros, the New World Order, to do that. Now they give the solution. And that solution is the migrants. Now, how there's too many migrants, there's too many things that's going on. What is the solution? Oh, everybody have to have a digital ID. Once they have the digital ID, soon as that's not going to be enough, everybody's going to have the RFID microchip. That's the plan. It's right before our eyes. It says evil upon their beds, and when the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hand. Because why? The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. This is their planning from the beginning. Now, the scripture that I had in mind, too, and I'm not gonna make this. Well, I can't say that. Isaiah 24. 24, was it 15, 16? Wait, 16. For the uttermost parts of the earth, we have heard songs. What is that song? The song is the scriptures. All right. People, brothers from other countries announcing the song. All right. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Destruction of Esau, the whole entire system. Okay. This is what that song is about. Even glory to the righteousness. But I say, my lenius, woe unto the treacherous dealers. It says, the treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. So who are the treacherous dealers? It's Esau. All right. He's the treacherous dealers. He has dealt very treacherously. And let's look up the word treacherous. Da, 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 da. Treacherous is by God to act treacherous, deceitfully, deal treacherously. All right. Keep that in mind. Isaiah 32:5. It says, the vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the true said to be bountiful. For the vile person, which is Esau Edom, all right, they vow. And everything that they do or have done has been completely against the laws of the Most High. And it says, and his heart, meaning his mind, will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the souls of the hungry. So the souls that are hungry is who? The poor. So this man is going to create a system to make poor people even more poor. All right. Well, poor people have to do the worst possible thing in order to survive, if they're selected enough. That's the CBDC. That's all of this whole damn thing. All right. Which all leads to Revelation 13:16, which is the mark of the beast. That's that's making things matters worse for everybody. All right. And it says, and will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. The instrument, what is the instrument? Instrument is the RFID microchip. All right. Also of the churl, of the scoundrel, or the villain, the piece of shits that they are evil. So they planning is all this is evil, meaning bad time for everybody. All right. This is horrible, and horrible situation, a dystopia in the grandest form. All right. This is a dystopia thing that's happening. And it says, he that deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even the needy speaketh right. And the lying words is telling the world this is the best solution. This is the best solution for everybody. All right. He created a system once again, and within his system, they trap everybody. This is the working of the devil, which going Revelation 3:10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So everybody is going to be tried, being tested. All right. Everybody's going to be tested for this thing. So do you want to live the godly life? It's going back to what? To the wilderness. Right? When the Lord had hit the children of Israel after Egypt, he had them in the wilderness. He took care of us. He took care of our forefathers. He took care of us. And when all hell breaks loose and the way things are going to happen, the Lord's going to do the same thing again. And we have to believe in that. All right. So we're something through the Spirit. Not only our brothers edify. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.